Good morning, people. Um, it is about 10. I have been up for a little bit. Pepper woke me up early. But as always, I stayed in bed and kind of just chilled in bed. Um, I'm feeling a little better today. Um, you know, and I'm hoping to have a productive day. I might get a pedicure done today. Something for me. I haven't even had my coffee this morning. I figured, let me get out of bed and, you know, get the day started. I don't know that um, a lot of the times, right, we think we are in this rut, this horrible place, right? And we don't think that, other people may have it a million times worse, but you're so engrossed in your um, pity, right? Why me? That you don't realize that other people are going through worst crap. And I love to watch I think they're called the Inky Boys, the father and son videos. And I know that the little kid has been playing in like George Lopez and other shows. I did not know that the dad died. I did not know that. That the dad died of colon cancer. And again, as you know about myself, and I wish I wasn't like this, but it is me. I can't help that. And I've always been like this, and it's just I think about everything. I and I don't know how I could be an artist if I I think so much. Maybe the reason why I like to paint and draw is because my brain is being creative and not thinking of other things. Like I was watching videos when you know I was watching a little bit of the show, like little clips of the show, and then a video came up that the mom was talking about. It's already a year since the passing of, and I was like, wait, what? I didn't know that he had died. That's sad, and then I'm thinking, you're here pitying and complaining about, being alone and getting work done and getting motivated to do shit. And this little kid is dealing with the passing of his dad, like his number one supporter, his ride or die, as they called each other. It kind of puts things in perspective. I know everybody's life is different, right? Everybody's life is different. But I was like, fuck, what the hell? It doesn't compare. I mean, there shouldn't be comparing because it's two different lives. But I think about why you're dealing with this nonsense, and that kid is living his life without his dad, unexpectedly too, and he was very young. So that's puts things in perspective a little bit. It's like I'm dealing with nothing in comparison. Or maybe I shouldn't minimize it, right? Because everybody's different. That. So anyway, yesterday I found a journal that my ex gave to me when I was still living in the other state and not moved here to be with her. And because I told her that I like to journal and I love to journal, and I had not written in that journal for a long time. And that's another thing that had changed about my person when I was living with her, is I was not writing in my journals. And I have lots of journals, and I use it. They're more like visual journals. It's like my sketchbook and a journal, right? But anyway, I titled it Our Love Story. That's how much I thought that I was going to be with her for the rest of my life. And I was reading some of the journal writings that I put in there, and the first few pages, of course, it was my dying love for her and how it was so almost, I was questioning how this love could be real, just like the video I talked about yesterday. And I questioned that in the journal writings, in the first few pages, and like how every love song made sense, made perfect sense. And that, and I'm just going to sidetrack here. The song, I Will Catch a Grenade for You. I'm not going to sing it because actually I'm going to sing. No, I'm just kidding. I can't sing. Anyway, so the song, and I think it's Bruno Mars. I'm not sure. But I remember that song coming out, and I taught high school, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Who the hell? I'm not going to catch a grenade. And I knew that I would not catch a grenade for my ex-husband. I knew that. I wouldn't, Like, I didn't see the point. It's like, what the fuck? Why would you catch a grenade for anybody? But I would have caught a grenade for her. And the song just made sense. And that's why I was under the impression that she was my person, because I never felt that before. And again, whether it was genuine from her perspective, I don't know. But I know that it was how I felt. That I would, and I told her that, like, it's written in that page, in one of those pages. Like, I said, that I never knew the meaning of that song until I met her. And I mean it, I meant it. I meant when I said that, because I never saw the point. Why would you fucking catch a grenade for anybody, But I would have. That's how much love I have working towards not having for this woman. But anyway, so the first few pages of the journal was very loving, and how, again, all these love songs make sense, and how I want to grow old with her. And, and it's crazy how I do imagine my life being old with her. Like, I would imagine two rocking chairs. I actually made an artwork, and I think I forgot it at her house. I made an artwork. It was like a shadow box that when I give lessons to my students, I like to make examples so they know what it's going to look like. So anyway, it was like a shadow box, and you needed to tell a story. And I was telling, it was my love story. And, and it had like different phases of our love story. And it's crazy because I was able to create the very beginning of our relationship, like our first trip to Puerto Rico. We rented not a beach house. It was like a little hut, for her first birthday that we celebrated together. And those were moments in our lives that, holy shit, I loved, right? And then, her home, part of it is also her home. And then towards the middle part of it was very dark. Like it was empty, like there was nothing there. But then the end, there were 2 rocking chairs and a cradle. And then the last one was just roses. And those roses were actually roses that I bought for her. And, she disregarded them, you know. And so I just waited till they died. And I took the baby petals. Anyway, so I even creating that artwork, I could imagine the ending of our story, and obviously the beginning that we've just passed. But the middle was always so dark. It was very dark. And I think it was empty as well. Holy shit, right? I wish I maybe I'll go back and see if I could find it. I know it was in the garage where I kept all my art stuff. It's probably still there. If it's not destroyed, she probably broke it. I don't know. Anyway, so shit, how did I get to that? Let me see if I could backtrack and remember what I was talking about. So anyway, in that journal, I was reading like a year into our relationship, and I can read the sadness, like how I even back then, a year into our relationship, and I believe it was a few months after we got married. And let me see. About 5 months, and I have to count with my fingers. It was about 5 months after we got married that it was really sad. I was reading what I was writing, and it was really sad. I was like, shit, So I did see a picture of her yesterday, a current picture. I still have her sister on my Facebook because her sister she's always been kind. I keep in contact with her sister, her brother, and her mom. And her sister put a picture up recently, or she was tagged in a picture. I don't know. And I got to see a current picture. At least she looks happy, and I'm okay with that. I just have to, maybe I'll debate whether I'll put this video up or not. It's a very gloomy day out today. It's usually very sunny in this room, but maybe it's going to be like a rainy day. Sometimes, to be completely honest, sometimes I wish that we overcome whatever this is, But then I also know that I have a problem with the way she treats others, and people don't change, I mean, if they choose to, they could, if they choose. But I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. And I have to think about all those things so then I don't get lost in the what ifs. She's a smoker. I don't like it. She had a difficult time with me being intimate with her. And of course, that's an issue. So all those things, even though even though I love her, I still have to remember those things. So then I know that it's not going to work out. I guess a miracle. And one of the things that I also found in that journal, right, that I was reading was that an important thing is that she never loved my son. And if anything, above all, right? That should be the main focus. That should be the number one reason. Just that. All right, I think I'm gonna go. If I show you my toenails, they look horrible. I need to get them done. So I might do that today. Do something for myself. Maybe I'll stop by the school. I went to bed pretty early yesterday. I didn't go to bed too late. And I slept in longer than I have in the past that I went to bed later. So maybe my body just needed that. My body is like, just stay in bed. And I didn't. I wasn't asleep because Pepper woke me up so early this morning. I think it was like 5:30 because she needed to go potty. And the problem is that usually she goes potty at night, right, before we go to bed. But people are started doing all the fireworks and all of that. So I think she was a little bit afraid to go out last night. And I even offered, like, come on, let's go out. I'll go out with you. And she's like, not this puppy. So she didn't. So then this morning she needed to go to the bathroom. But at least she's good. And she tells me, And she's so gentle. She goes up to my bed and, like, puts her wet nose on my arm. And it's like, I need to go potty. She's a good girl. And the problem that I have is that I do not know how much longer. She's starting to shed a lot more than before, and I'm really allergic to dogs. And I don't know if you've noticed in my videos that I've been doing that a lot. And I do not realize that I was doing it. But then when I watched the video, I was like, oh, shit. So, and the good thing is that I have I call it Lady in White. That is one of those Roombas. And the Roomba does help picking up a lot of the hair. So that does help. But because my son is not here, she's been sleeping in my room because I don't want her to sleep by herself or out in the living room. So I know that is affecting me a little bit too. But it'll be good. I think she wants to come inside. She's by the door. She's like, yo, let me in. So I'm going to end this. And it's pretty long anyway. All right, people. Peace out. I'll show you a picture of my toes. I am going to get them done today because I need to do something for me. I was thinking of taking a little road trip to the beach, for a few days, but, by myself kind of sucks. All right. Bye, people.